Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to do a review and unboxing of my Craftman 10-inch folding compound miter saw. That's a tongue twister. But the point is, if you want to do lovely, gorgeous projects around your home, like this update I did here in my kitchen, this renovation that I'm so happy with, that you guys would have seen a few videos ago, I highly recommend that you look into getting yourself a miter saw. And this particular miter saw is pretty awesome. We're going to go ahead and unbox it, and we're going to talk about it. And if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. And also, I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can join the fam. And then give me that thumbs up so that I can continue to do these type of videos for you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let me know if you have any questions. Alright guys, so here is the miter saw in my new workstation. We're going to go ahead and open it up. As you see here, it is a 15 amp miter saw. This miter saw is small and powerful. It is so strong. It does actually come with its own blade, but I ended up buying a separate one just because for the shiplap project that I was working on, I needed to have finer cuts. So just off the bat, I just want to let you guys know, in case you're interested in buying one, it does come with a blade, but depending on the project that you need to do, it is important that you do your research and make sure that you have the appropriate blade for the project that you need. So now that I've gone ahead and unboxed everything, we're going to go ahead and put it together. Now, I am a girl who has never had a miter saw in her life, so trust me, you guys, if I can put one together, so can you. It's not that difficult, and honestly, I think anybody can do it. I highly recommend this. I think it's a great first miter tool for me. It has done, let's see, 3 jobs for me so far. No, I lie, 4 jobs. And you guys, that's just the start, and we're going to discuss those, but you'll see the other projects coming up in future videos. Stay tuned for Sunday, because that video is, for me, extra special. With any tool that you get, including one such as this that I consider to be a possibly dangerous tool, it is very important that you read the instructions. I cannot emphasize that enough, because if you don't read the instructions, you guys, you're just looking at so many possible oopses. For example, my brother told me to call him and to let him know when I was ready to set it up. But honestly, I chose to read the instructions and try the setup for as much as I could before calling him, because not all tools, just like humans, are created equal. We're all a little bit different, as are the tools. And I know he doesn't have this specific one. So even though he's very familiar with it and I knew he would help me through the process, it's important that I read how to set it up myself. Okay guys, so while I go ahead and read the instructions and try to put this together, I'm going to go ahead and read to you what the website states. It says that it folds. Its innovating folding head design allows for compact size for transportation. No tools required to fold, which I agree with 1000%, as I have folded it multiple times. It's got a space-saving design that allows the saw to be stored flat, reducing space required for storage in a garage or work truck, which is also very accurate, you guys. Included is a support base, which provides platform for support for the saw, and it also provides additional support for long work pieces during the operation. Now, that is how I utilize it, is for support. Personally, I don't like it as a support base, so that's the first thing I will say about that. Now, it weighs less than 28 pounds. pounds. It says it's a compact storage with full-size cuts, which again, as I mentioned earlier on, it is a small device with a powerful system. I mean, this thing is awesome. It is a 15 amp 4,500 RPM motor, which provides the powerful power to cut dimensional lumber up to 2-inch by 6-inch or 4-inch by 4-inch boards. The built-in electric brake stops the blade in seconds. Positive stops at the most used angles are provided by the miter, which is 0, 15, 22nd, or 22.5, 31.6, 45 degrees, which is how I did my floorboards, FYI, left, and 55 degrees right, the bevel 45 degrees to the left. When folded for transport or storage, the saw dimensions with the support base are height of 20 3/4 inches, and then wide is 7 inches by 24 inches depth. So, as I've mentioned, some of these particular aspects of this miter tool, it is a wonderful starter, basically little saw here. If you are someone who does big projects, I personally still think this would be useful. You know, I haven't done any big projects myself, but I can tell you just by how often I have used it that this little thing, it just has so much power. I had to actually switch back for my most recent project to this basically saw head that you see on there now, which is not the one that I used for the actual shiplap project that I had done. But anyway, you guys, those are just some of the aspects that I wanted to share based on what the website says and whether or not I agree to it. Okay guys, now that we have it unboxed, we're going to go ahead and test it out for the very, very first time. This is the exciting part. I literally have just a little piece of scrap wood here that I'm going to go ahead and try and give it a go. And then we're going to go ahead and discuss the pros and the cons if you're ready. It's kind of funny because my husband wanted to supervise and make sure I didn't chop my hand off, and then he is actually holding a phone because we're FaceTiming my brother, but you can see the blade going and we're ready to give it the cut. He was kind of walking me through the process, says always run it for just a couple seconds before you actually go through with the cut. There he is on the phone, and you can see the saw just boom. It cuts it like sliced bread, you guys. It's amazing. It's so wonderful, and it cuts it perfectly, and it's quite awesome. And as you can see, this isn't a very thick board, but again, I was only cutting shiplap, and this is the blade that I had switched over to. The one that it came with, I have done very thick wood, and you guys will see in an upcoming project what I mean and what I ended up cutting. But you guys, this is freaking awesome, and I'm so happy. And here I am just talking to my brother, but I wanted to keep playing with the different angles and the different cuts and getting accustomed to my little machine. But this is just such an exciting tool, and I have so many plans in the works of what I want to do. So anyway, I'm just showing you here how you can slide it from one side to the other, and this is how you get those angle cuts. Again, this is a single bevel, and that's really all you need unless you're an extensive craftsman. Oh, get it? Craftsman? Oh my gosh, I'm such a dork. Anyway, but yeah, you guys, I think it's a pretty nifty tool, and I do highly recommend it. We're going to go ahead and now get into the specifics of the pros versus the cons. So if you guys are ready, take some notes. All right, guys. So as always, we're going to go ahead and start with the pros. The pros right off the bat is that it's very user friendly. The price is another pro. It's phenomenal at $170, and I did pick this up at Lowe's, and if you look at other miter saws, they're quite pricey, so this one is very decently priced. Another pro is that it's compact, and it's a great space saver, as it's, you know, you can collapse it and it doesn't take up too much room. Another pro is that it's very powerful. I love how you can just do a lot of different sizes without having to worry that it's gonna be able to actually do the cut for you or not. Basically, the next one would be another pro is the clamp that you basically use to hold on to the wood. I think that's great. I mean, overall, this clamp is great. Or this miter saw is great for easy setup, collapsing, and for using. The other thing is the ability to change the blades based on the different projects that you're working with. So as long as you have the correct blade for the correct project you're working with, you shouldn't have any problems at all. And the last pro that I would have is that you can do straight cuts and angle cuts from 0 to 45 degrees. So that in itself is amazing. I think that alone speaks mountains. Now for cons, the dust collection is very poor. That little dust collector hardly collects anything, so that was kind of a bummer. The platform that they tell you to store it in is very flimsy and cheap, if I'm being honest, and I don't even use it for storage. I use it to hold up longer pieces. And then the other con for me would definitely have to be the additional cost involved with the additional blades, because of course that's extra money, but in my opinion it's worth it when you want your project to turn out great. But it is a con because it's an added cost. Okay, now the last con for me is that the laser itself is just a tiny bit off. I've tried messing with it and trying to fix it, but I just cannot get it to be exact. But my brother had actually taught me a trick, and he told me to lower the blade before cutting for exact and precision cuts. So honestly, you guys, I don't even pay attention to the laser anymore. I just do exactly as my brother taught me, and that in itself solved that problem. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys found this informative. I hope you found this helpful. If you are someone who's interested in a pastime in, you know, building things or creating things or upgrading things in your home, I really do highly recommend this tool. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Again, don't forget to leave me any questions down below, and I will get to them as soon as possible. Thank you for always being so patient with me. Please keep in mind that I do work a full-time job. I am a mom and a wife, so sometimes it can take a little long for me to respond. But again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.